Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading of why. This is either a question or it's an answer as to why, or a question you're just starting out trying to figure out why, trying to understand, or it's actually confirmation of what you've suspected or already known. So either way, hopefully it does help though, Sagittarius. And everything else you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Sagittarius. Ace of Wands. All right. So this is about a passionate new beginning, a surge of creativity and energy, and really being excited about something getting started, a great potential, inspiration, that sort of thing. All right. So we got the Seven of Wands and we got the Moon card. This could be Pisces or Cancer. Tower, the World, the Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Sun. All right, so let's do this kind of, sort of. Gotta be better about where I place all this. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. I think they have a lot of, I think they're quite upset. I think they feel deceived. I think they're questioning everything, and they have a lot of doubts, and they suspect a lot of deception and illusion. They feel shell-shocked as well as angry. It's like they're going through the gamut of emotions right now, and this could have been an ending that they are still very upset about, or it could have just been there was nothing but arguing or fighting for some time, and the ending was just as explosive. And I think they're really confused. I think they're really confused and angry. And when I say confused and angry, I think they're just, like I said, running the gamut of emotion. And they want accountability for how they feel, and they feel like they have nowhere to go with it. They can't get... It's like they are mad and they want questions answered, but then when the questions are answered, they're still not good enough. The answers aren't good enough. And they're really angry at why they feel the way they feel. And there's no solace or comfort for that for them right now. And I think that's what the problem is that there's been an ending. I mean, the immediate crisis, if that's the case, was solved, right? There's been an ending. Okay, fine, we're out of each other's hair. But they're still really confused, or at least mad, and have nowhere to go with how they feel. And they can't dump it anywhere. They can't get rid of how they feel. And if they round and round they go, and we go back and forth between being mad or being confused, but realizing it's really feeling deceived and being upset about that, and just, even though there's been this ending, you know? All right, what's this Moon about? I think that's, okay, that makes sense. Because when you've got this kind of person is very capable of casting a spell, so to speak, and and people just fall under that. People just do what this person wants. People are just drawn to this person. Things always seem to work out for this person. They always find a way. They always land on their feet. And this is someone that always is able to, in some cases, get away with something. They always make life work for them. And I think this person, they also fell under that spell with you, but they also resent it because they're just like everybody else now. They weren't special. They feel taken advantage of. They're angry. What else don't I know about you? Was I just a number? That sort of thing. What's this Tower about? On and on and on. Wow. Yeah. Unexpected, broken heart, angry, mad, hurt, crying, angry, mad, hurt, lather, rinse, repeat. Round and round we go with this. Round and round we go. And they still can't quit you emotionally or mentally. They're consumed by this. Even though things have ended, honestly, even though things have ended. There probably, like I said, was a lot of fighting. This is about someone resorting to drastic measures to try and... It seems like there was a lot of drama. Honestly, someone might be resorting to drastic measures to get their needs met, to get attention, it started to undo them. I think that them feeling not in control, started not having answers to questions, suspecting a lot, like not being able to, I hate to say self-soothe, but not being able to, you know when you know something's wrong, and instead of pulling back and going, oh, self-preservation at some point needs to kick in here, and you do the exact opposite, and you're like, I'm going to go catch them in the act, whatever the act is. That's what this is. This is somebody that kind of started to become irrational and do erratic things, or just was doing all these unexpected rash behaviors. And it looks like they're kind of just going round and round and round and round with this. They're overwhelmed by how they feel. They can't find any comfort or solace. and they are acting out. And this is kind of sad because it's all about when something like this happens, the world needs to stop and you need to go and grieve and you need to do your thing. But it's always too painful for that, right? So instead, we just keep the balls in the air, and not in the good way, and we keep going round and round and machinating, and we're angry and we lash out and we go back and forth and we do all these unpredictable things because grief, and it's like, well, be responsible about it. Get emotional first aid. Get control of yourself. And lashing out and being crazy pants is not the answer. That's irresponsible, and it's ouch. Just ouch. What's this Knight of Swords about? This would suggest again deception. Somebody they suspect was being strategic, lying, thieving, betrayal. This could be them feeling like they needed to break away in the dead of night, like take drastic measures to protect themselves, or what they think is protecting themselves. This could be somebody that feels like they needed to break away from a very controlling person in a relationship, or at least try to sever the connection or hold that somebody had on them. It's just Seven of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles here. This is somebody that probably are just kind of trying to keep to themselves and handle how they feel, but then it might get the better of them and they go do something unpredictable. This could be somebody that is very strategic about their security and safety at this point, whether it's monetarily, whether it's physically, and they're trying to evade or avoid a number of things. But this is someone that probably feels like they have to go to drastic measures to deal with the fallout of a situation and maintain their security and stability and safety. And it could be that they feel very insecure, or they just feel very out of control, that they don't know how to get things back on course for themselves. They could be spiraling out of control. They could be feeling that way. And I hate to just be reading it so cavalierly, and I'm not. And I don't mean to pass judgment when I say you need to get control of yourself. That's just calling it like it is. But this is somebody that is clearly not doing well with feeling disconnected from you, Sagittarius. This is interesting because typically these readings are about someone looking for answers, and they're sort of, I hate to say victim, but they're sort of the one that feels done unto, and they're trying to figure out or divine why, to some degree, somebody else's actions, right? It looks like this person, they suspect strongly that you have deceived them, or that there's too many questions, not enough answers, that they felt things were one-sided, they're heartbroken by possible cheating, or they suspect it. I mean, this is somebody that's just all over the map with how they feel, and they can't get their feelings or their life back on track because of it. And there's, as far as what to do, I feel like there's no, I think this, God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I don't think this is yours to fix. I don't think this is yours to be involved in. If you showed up wondering what the heck with a person, unless it's about your crazy pants ex, this is not the reading for you, because this across the board shows somebody that is not doing well with a disconnect, unless I'm reading the energies reversed here. But this is somebody that is not doing well with a disconnect from you. They feel like things were just that there was deception on a grand scale going on, and they're questioning everything, and it's caused them to be erratic and dramatic and not very even keel right now. I mean, they might be trying to hold it together, but even their security and stability is in question. I'm not calling someone crazy. I'm just saying that everything for them is questionable right now and up in the air as far as how they feel. This is a definite ending. It could be that someone is not doing well with being disconnected or disregarded. Like maybe this was an online relationship and they didn't want it to end, and you're like, you just kind of did the fade or ghosted or whatever, and they're not handling it well. I mean, it could be as simple as that. And you're on to the next thing. You're living your life, and they're not doing well with that. That's, in a nutshell, that's what this feels like. That you're having to kind of take measures to protect yourself because someone has gone off the deep end here because they suspect that you did them wrong, and they're kind of being crazy pants. Some would even say nuttier than a squirrel turd. Okay? No judgment, no shade. We've all been there. But I don't think this is for you to involve yourself with. I don't think you can help this. I think that this has crossed into some kind of territory where this person needs to handle themselves, and no good can come of you trying to soothe or involve yourself with them, because they don't trust anyone or anything right now, even themselves. They're overwhelmed and they're confused. And the only reason I'm being so dramatic about it or saying that is because we got the Seven of Cups and the Tower and the Moon here with the Magician and the Seven. I mean, this is all about someone just not knowing who or what. I don't think that you are responsible for this. I think you might have influenced it, but I think these were pre-existing issues, possibly before you two came into contact or started dating. There's a strong current of, well, I won't go there because we're talking in, then we're getting into a different field of study. So, all right. It looks like someone feels really done unto and manipulated and targeted, and they're not doing well with those feelings. It could be that they feel completely cast out and ignored and left alone. And again, they are not doing well with that. And you need to world about. What's this world about? Mm-hmm. Sagittarius, I think you did the fade or ghosted someone and they're not doing well with it. What's this son about? I think things just kind of fell apart, and perhaps closure is needed. Perhaps, letting it be known that there is no interest or whatnot. I just don't know to what end, because I don't think this person will be satisfied with that either. I feel like it's just going to get more questions. They're just going to want to know why, and it comes down to I'm just not feeling it, or I just don't want it right now. I don't want to be connected or committed. It was fun while it lasted, and I want to move on. And it's as simple as that. I don't think they'll do well with that answer. I don't know what the answer is, because it doesn't look like this person is consolable. I think finding out an answer from you is just going to lead to more questions. Sagittarius. Safe passage. I think you need to stay removed from this situation. I think this is about this. I think you need to be strategic about your involvement with this situation. Sagittarius. This suggests that somebody felt the relationship was imbalanced, that they did all the work, that they want some answers, that they deserve this, that you can't just this, you can't just that. This is about someone feeling cheated and discarded and manipulated, and that they did a lot of the work and you can't just walk away. What else for Sagittarius? So when two things get together, obviously there's a birth of a third thing, right? Whether it's an exchange, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a falling out, whatever, an exchange produces something over here. And this would suggest that the two of you getting together has kind of, it's almost like the fallout is bigger than what the relationship was. It's like the two of you coming together has kind of morphed into this big after thing. Even though the two of you are apart, the falling out is so much greater than probably the connection that you two had or what you shared. Or if it's not that yet, it's becoming that. This person is really having a tough time sorting things out, and to a large degree, they're kind of feeding into the after crisis of it. So things might have been skewed and imbalanced. It is crappy to treat someone with cruelty, but at some point it becomes the other person's responsibility to tap out. If they suspect abuse and I get that sometimes someone can't leave, and then you start to get strategic. I get that. But if we're just talking about your run-of-the-mill everyday relationship that starts to take a turn, if possible, that's when you tap out, because nobody owes you anything. They can greatly influence your happiness, but they're not responsible for it. So regardless of, this and that, at some point, even if someone tells you one thing, but they do another, there's your answer. And you have to recognize that and tap out. And I think this person is really having a problem with that. They can't let go because of what they perceive is to be theirs, what shoulda, coulda, woulda. They're very angry, and it's like they're coming for you. So I think this is all safe passage, balance, creation. I think this is all about, maybe this is about it being unexpected how off the rails someone has gone, but there it is. And any kind of answers that you would offer don't seem to be helping or wouldn't help. So it's best for you just to keep removed. What would Sagittarius' person say to them? Holy crap, this is taking a turn. Something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. That's why they're coming for you, because they think that you can provide the answers, and they can't. You can't. This is two people coming together, and everybody's got baggage. Some of us have luggage at this point, and sometimes that's kind of a cataclysmic thing. So while you might have been such and this, the after fallout is this, and this person is not doing well with that, and they're trying to find these answers, and they're coming for you for answer, and you don't have any. You're probably already moved on. It was probably just not as serious for you as it was for them, and they're not doing well with that. That is not your responsibility. Even if they do feel slighted or whatever, at some point self-preservation has to kick in, and they should have taken better care of themselves emotionally, I guess. Oh, good. All right. Sagittarius. Oh gosh, for the last reading, this was the same thing, except for it was reversed. So this is all about, perhaps you kind of just met this person and it seemed really kind of fun and upbeat and carefree, and it was an open relationship and things were fluid, and yeah, you know, and then it kind of got weird. You see it as kind of an open relationship, and they're just like, no, I want to have your firstborn, and I want a blood sample, and I want a hair sample. I'm gonna make a hair doll. I mean, they might feel cheated, but then it could just be that you just weren't that into them, and they're not doing well with it. What are you gonna do, right? I mean, okay. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this was helpful. I mean, no disrespect to the other party. I feel like they need to get a hold of themselves, though. I feel like this is as much about, like, okay, it wasn't there. This kind of sucks. I'm sorry. But I think they're blowing things way out of proportion. And at this point, I feel like nothing you could do could help the situation anyway. And yeah, I'm sorry. You need to stand your ground and defend your position and kind of just keep things like, because eventually, hopefully, this will calm down for them. But I think they're really struggling, and I think they need to search elsewhere for answers, not from you. There's nothing for them with you. It's very simple. It just wasn't there. It's run its course. It was kind of just a thing, and I've moved on, and they're just not doing well with it. Whatever agreement you two worked out, and they sense betrayal, that's for everybody's situation. This is general, but by and large, this is someone that is not able to let go of something that at one time was frivolous and carefree and fun and open, and now it's taken a turn. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I realize this was very long. I wanted to end it minutes ago, but holy cow. I hope this explains a few things or offers confirmation of some sort. I wish you safe passage, definitely, with this. Safe passage. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.